Hello guys, welcome back to the crew. What you're looking at here is the quadruple S. Shitty Swedish sliding supercar. We need to use this thing in the brand time attack. It is the most expensive car in this game if I'm not mistaken. And it's a handful, I can tell you that. I didn't have it yet, so I had to buy it. Costed me with a 30% off 770,000. I needed to put for over 200,000 parts on it, and I put 11 speed bonus parts on it. The car is sliding all over the place, even on the dry, but for this brand attack the devs decided to put pouring rain on the track. It is a city track within Chicago, so which also means traffic, cities, buildings, stuff like that. I'm not sure how it's gonna look on video though, but we'll see. For a couple of hours I have been in 5th position yesterday. Now I just came online today and I only dropped 2 spots in the brand time attack, and the reason is pretty obvious. This car is a pain in the ass. It's very hard to handle. It's sliding all over the place. The track on its own, it's a pretty nice track, twisty and lots of curves and stuff like that, but also lots of traffic. So I think I needed to do 30, maybe even 40 runs to get some time under 157, 156. Eventually I did get a 155.9, and that's still almost I don't know, 36 hours in these in this qualifier. It's still good enough for 7th, which is kind of surprisingly. Normally people improve their times, but not that easy this time. So, but I'll have a look here. 7th position. But there are 1 or 2 players who have passed me overnight, but not many though. So let's have a look, shall we? So we are dealing with pouring rain and a sliding supercar. I have 11 speed bonus parts on it. I thought, well, I will put 11 grip bonus parts on it. Last week I did the same with the Exasion. That gained me 2-3 seconds in the run. But that's not the case with this car, because there is kind of a long straight in this track. And the result of it is, if you put the grip bonus parts on, you lose a lot of time there on that part of the highway or cityway, whatever you want to call it. But the biggest problem with this thing is cornering. So you sort of have to... I have to go wide here because of traffic, as you can see, and I already lost 1 second. We are down 2 corners in this circuit thing, or right here. Same here. Sliding through the corner instead of... I'm gonna put the camera like this so it gives you an idea. This is a traffic corner. Normally it's full of traffic here. You kinda have to cut it here and jump into the deep here. Here you have the longer straight, and that's where the grip bonus parts fail. If you put 11 grip bonus parts on this car, it is more controllable, but then you lose a lot of speed here compared to the speed bonus parts on the car, and well, so you cannot get it together anymore. So I had to go back. I also tried a combination with 6 speed bonus and 5 grip bonus parts on it. Also did not work. So I had to go back to the 11 speed bonus parts on the car. And eventually, if everything goes right, I'm just doing one run here now so that you get an idea about the situation that you're dealing with here. Traffic, rain, corners and stuff like that. So 11 speed bonus parts, and eventually I managed to do a 155. Yesterday evening or somewhere during the night. This is a 201 and it's a pretty bad run, as you can see, because I hit stuff and things like that. So why aren't times improved? Probably because of this car. Another reason might be, seeing it's the most expensive car in this game, not all of them players already have it, and you need to have it because you need to use your own car. If you don't have it, you cannot participate in the brand time attack. So 201 is definitely not the way to go. So we're gonna retry. See if I can improve my time today. I'm kinda aiming for a 155 low or maybe a 154 high. I don't think I can do much better with my keyboard, but we'll see. You never know. Might come up with a surprise run after all. I will switch back to Hoodcam though as soon as I can. It also has no second gear. It goes, well, it's there for like half a second, not even. It's very short, the second gear, which means that most of the time you're in third or fourth gear somewhere. Problem number one is traffic on places where you have to cut the corners, because that's the idea, cut the corners as much as you can. And also on some occasions use the wall, like here, go over the grass, aim for the wall there, and somehow you will get it together. As you can see, I even gained some time here. I was 3/10 of a second down, and now I'm this same here, aim for the wall, hope for the best, dive in here somewhere next to the tree, and I even managed to lose a second. Dive in next to the red car there, was not sharp enough. But this will give you a pretty good idea what you're dealing with here. And I had to do 30-40 runs to get a bit luck with traffic, to get some decent time. Here the car is gone again, rear end is swinging all over the place, aka you're losing time. Brakes not working like it should. Basically this car has a mind of its own, and the player playing it or driving it has to react to whatever the car decides to do, instead of the car doing what you want it to do. And that's a bit of a problem, of course. It's not how you're supposed to drive a car. If you want the car to go right, the car needs to go right. But this car decides, well, I'm in a slide, I will go right within a half second or something, so you have to react to that. I am pretty sure if I'm in my Ferrari or the Pagani Huayra that I can beat this thing time after time. Just to let you know, this is not my favorite car in this game, as you can probably hear the sound of my voice. And I'm pretty sure that in real life it's a great car to drive, but in games I have a problem with this car. Not only in this game, I used to play Need for Speed World before this, and it was the same story there. The Agera was one of the better cars in S-Class, but compared to the F1, which was the king there, a McLaren F1 that is, it was sliding all over the place. And it's the same here, and that has nothing to do with the rain on itself. Okay, that's obviously, that makes it worse. But even on dry surface, I have driven around, tested it on free drive, same story. It slides through the corners instead of kinda smoothly turning into it. So how do you turn this thing? Well, you sort of brake before the corner. If you think, well, the angle is okay, then you hit the throttle and hope for the best. Traffic wise and stuff like that. Like here you have to go around and sort of have to dive through wherever you see a gap, go for it, because sliding through the corner here, still kinda okay. The first three corners, sometimes I'm in the green. That now you get this section here. Sort of have to hit the wall here, and then dive in here somewhere, and if all goes right, you might even win some time. Next to the red car. But because I had to pull it out with the NOS from some of the corners, I don't have any NOS for these long straights, and I even crash into a car. If you crash into a car, just retry, because this might turn out to be a video of failure runs, but well, I haven't posted that, so maybe I should post things like this, because it's not all sunshine at the end of the circuits. I mean, I have to do runs after run after run, and then you come up with some decent run, and that you usually post on YouTube. That's how it goes. But sometimes you are driving for hours to get 2-3 good runs. Same here, braking, turn in, and then there is a car suddenly. That's the thing with this track. It's not like the cars sort of appear on the same spot or whatever. Nope, they're all over the place. Sometimes you have cars, traffic, buses, armored transport. There is a jump there, as you can just saw, and which means you have no control over the car, because it first is going to take a jump and then it's going to react to whatever you tell him to do. And I'm losing time after time after time, as you can see. Why? Well, you can't see it that good, I'm assuming, because I'm on hood cam, but it's sliding all over the place. If you can get this car straight through a corner, that's where you win time. But that's not often the case. Sliding here again, sliding here. So I'm losing more time, I'm pretty sure. Really bad turn here. I have to go behind the tree here, and I'm just gonna hit it. Because I'm too much behind to even possible to gain it back. So it already starts with the beginning spinning wheels. So I don't touch the nitro bar or the nuts before third gear. First gear is kinda long, short gear is pretty short, and then I hit the nuts. There is quite some traffic here, but normally it opens up on you. As you can see, you get a gap here and you can go through here. First difficulty is this little jump. If you do not land it correctly, you already lose the car. Then you have this traffic light. Sometimes there are cars, sometimes there aren't. And that is already a second that you can win or lose there in that first corner. Same here. Second and a half. Here you have to dive in over the grass so that you miss the jump there, because if you go too far before you start steering into the corner, there is first a jump and you lose it. Same here, traffic always. I call this the traffic corner. And forget about it. Retry. So this is gonna be, I already know it now, it's gonna be a failure run. But at least I'm trying to do a 156 or 157 in this video, so you see that it is possible if everything comes together. If you get the gaps with traffic just at the point where you need it and stuff like that, it can happen. But 30-40 runs I needed to get the 156, and then I was trying to do a video last night, but eventually decided not to go for it. As you can see, I almost lost it there on that first little jump, but I'm still kind of okay, but I have no idea where I'm gonna gain it though. And now there is a car here, which you cannot avoid. Because how do you do a 155 or lower, cutting corners as sharp as you can? And that means that sometimes you have to dive in blindly and hope for the best that there is not a car behind the corner. And I have to drive like this, because if I put the view behind the car, like some people like to drive, third person view or whatever you guys call that, then the car even reacts slower to it. Might have something to do with my processor, but it's probably the keyboard as well. Always green at the first checkpoint, because I had a pretty bad start in my best run, but this is already doomed. Because I had to go way too wide. Normally I cut that corner. Same here, I cut it. There are two cars in front of the light, so I have to go around them, and you lose 1.5 seconds in the first two corners, just because there are cars or not. Here you have to go over the grass, kind of nudge the wall there. This was kind of okay for this corner. It was kind of okay, not the best. Same here. Nudge it so that the car already starts spinning, and then you easily take the jump here. If you do not touch the wall there, you will have understeer, because that's what additional comes to this car. Understeer, oversteer at moments that you do not expect it. It has it all. It is a real supercar. I think that's where the name comes from. Has it all. It's a supercar. Yep, it does have it all. Understeer, oversteer, you name it. Everything it's not supposed to have, it has it. You can make the car more controllable by putting the 11 grip bonus parts on it, but then you lose on the long straight so much speed that you can never come somewhere in the nearby time that you have set with your speed bonus parts. I've been doing all kind of tests, mixing those parts up. Speed bonus, grip bonus, mixing them up, few of them, and so on. Not working. The only thing to get a decent time is 11 speed bonus parts. But those are sort of like the last two corners, those are sort of the lines that you have to drive to get a decent time. AKA, cut the corner as sharp as you can and hope for the best that there is no car or van behind the corner. Meanwhile, I am winning bucks because of all the runs that I've done. I already have all the parts won. I did manage to do a 157.6 in this run. We're getting closer to the 155 that I'm aiming for, but I have a 155.9, so that's more like a 156. But this is not normal. I've set the time yesterday, was in 5th place. I have been staying there for 12-13 hours. Now we are that was when I went offline this morning at 7 AM. It's now like 7 PM in the evening and I'm still in 7th position, and that's not normal for a brand time attack. Normally I drop 20 spots or something now. So I'm guessing that everybody is fighting with this car. What do you know? We even have 2/10 of a second advantage that we probably lost here. Nope, we're still good. Let's touch wood and hope for the best. Oh. Gained half a second here, people, but it's a long way to go. I already lost it here by understeer, can assure you that. But I got away with it. Dive in next to the red car and hope for the best. But here is a long straight and I don't have any NOS left because I needed to use it to pull me out of some of these corners. Result of it, I almost lost my second advantage on this long straight. Let's go wide because we have no other choice. Diving through the traffic and hope for the best. Like I said, that's what you need to do on this track. Same here. I'm still gaining for some reason. Could be a good run if there are no buses or traffic cars behind this corner. So far so good. It's gonna be a sharp though. Is it good enough or not? Yes, I think it is. I managed to improve finally after many failure runs. But that's how it goes. I think I got a 155.5 or something, 155.4, something like that. It's good enough to improve my place? Probably not. I haven't looked at it. Oh yes, I gained 1 spot, back to 6th, 155.3. And that's with a lot of fighting with this car, because you're not really driving it, it's more like ice skating and fighting through the corners and all that. But to give you an idea, and it is possible that these two are new, I think, compared to yesterday. It's possible that they might have done some sort of crew time attack. This one, I'm 100% sure it is posted that this is a solo run. He drives with a controller, though I play with a keyboard, so I'm always aiming for a time like 2 seconds above his. So a 155.6 will do, and I got a 155.3. As shown in this video, surprisingly. So I'm gonna post this for the brand time attack because I do not expect to do better than the 155.3 that I've done here. I will see you guys in the next videos, which I might do a few skill tests for once. Something new here. I haven't done the look around video because I didn't have the time for that, so I'm just gonna do individual events for this summit qualifier, which is the 4th for April 2016, by the way. Where am I overall in this thing? I have no idea. So we'll have a look here. I'm in 45th position. I haven't done the stunts yet. The challenge. Somehow I have a bronze medal, although I haven't done that. As you can see, 40. Oh yes, 44 bucks. It's for the simple reason because I showed that you can use a free drive challenge, 2 checkpoints, 5 seconds run. You do it twice. Easy way to get in the summit qualifier. I was recording that yesterday, but eventually decided not to post it. Brand time attack this was, and somehow I improved my time on the video. That's always a surprise. Next up will be, I don't know. The speed rep is kinda hard to show because it has to be done crew-wise. It's long straights. You need drafts here. Managed to do 434 kilometers yesterday with Darius, who has 442, both using the Kawasaki bike for that one. If he shows up later today, or if someone shows up to be in the crew, I might make a video out of this. But this was a brand time attack, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.